K-pop interviews always follow a formula, especially in the West. Who do you want to collab with? What's your favorite food? Are you dating anyone? Stuff like this. But sometimes the interviewers go off script and almost ruin the reputation of the idols in question, especially NCT, whom journalists seem to be set on canceling. So what are the 6 times that interviews almost ruined NCT? Giving him Whiplash. This interview moment is really infamous among NCTzens, and it's for a good reason. If you've ever looked up the lyrics to NCT 127's Whiplash, then you know that they're, interesting, to say the least. If you need more context, some of the lyrics of the song literally go, "Whip me some more so I can feel more," and "I like being alone, except for when I play with you." So naturally, people wanted to know what the song is about, and they had the chance to find out during an interview. During NCT 127's Cherry Bomb Showcase, NCT were asked about the lyrics of the track and the meaning behind them. If you've watched the interview, you've probably noticed that Taehyung and Mark were visibly surprised and caught off guard. So in an attempt to explain themselves, they said whatever came to their mind first, and it turned this whole thing into a mess. After getting over his initial shock, Mark started explaining that his lyrics for Whiplash were about his past experiences under SM Entertainment. Sure. Very believable, Mark. Even Ween Ween smiled at that explanation, so you can't blame people for not really eating this explanation up. Taehyung then said something that made the whole explanation even less credible. He said that he wrote Whiplash thinking of his older sister and how he would whip him into shape and raise him to become stronger. Yeah, I didn't expect that explanation either. But it started a very weird chain reaction of people accusing Taehyung of writing inappropriate songs about his sister. He was called horrible names and questioned on his behavior, but they're forgetting the trouble NCT would get into with netizens if they actually gave explicit explanations to the lyrics. It's probable that either Taehyung just came up with an answer on the spot and his sister is the first person that came to mind, so he tried to relate the lyrics to her. Another explanation is that SM probably knew that they would be asked about the lyrics, so they already prepared answers, so Taehyung was probably just saying what SM told him to say. Making Taehyung into a terrible person because of this is a big reach and truly evil. Mark that question. Someone needed to put Ellen DeGeneres in her place, and Mark E did it like it was nothing. He's literally everyone's savior. Back in 2019, Super M appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show following the release of their debut EP. During the interview, Ellen asked the members about their love life as if they weren't invited on the show for their music. Ellen asked, "Alright, just real quick, and not for me, but obviously I need to know for the world, are you all single?" The members' answers were obvious, but that wasn't enough for Ellen apparently. She kept pressing for an answer, but Mark instead turned things around and challenged her with one of his own questions. He said, "Wait, why are you always curious about this though?" Which is a very logical thing to ask. If Super M went to the show to promote their music, why are they being interrogated on their relationship status? The interview, and especially Mark's answer, went viral on social media after Ellen was accused of mistreating her staff. Kai also revealed that he prepared for the interview and expected to be hit with more profound questions, but was thoroughly disappointed. In fact, he said that he was more nervous during the group's interview with Radio Shard than he was appearing on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Kai said, "I did not know what she would ask us and what to expect, so I did a lot of preparation for the Ellen show, but she subverted these expectations by asking us a lot of basic and generic questions. Radio Star makes me feel a lot more nervous." Now, all we can say is facts. Double meaning. Whiplash isn't the only song NCT members struggled with explaining. Like, remember when Mark tried to explain what Super M's drip is about for a full minute without saying the word that would explain it perfectly? However, nothing compares to the interview where they're trying to explain the meaning behind NCT 127's Highway to Heaven. The English version of the song has a lot of double meanings compared to the Korean one, so you can see why they were having a hard time avoiding the elephant in the room. I mean, the lyrics literally go, "They know we got the chemistry, love how your body feels on me, when you get back, let me get that." So how did NCT try to make people believe that the song was PG-13? According to Mark, "It's basically a song about you just relieving from your stresses and really taking the highway to heaven with us through our music." I don't really think that's the meaning, but sure. Johnny didn't make things any easier for them as he continued, "The lyric in itself can be interpreted in any way the listener wants. Some people might listen to it and think it's sexy. Some people might just be like, oh, okay." What's funnier than the explanations is the fact that none of the members can keep a straight face while they're breaking down the lyrics and trying to explain them. Especially when Johnny gave up. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You know, however you want to interpret it, you go and do it. Now I'm just wondering how they would explain Wavy's love talk. Stooping Lolo. Wavy fans became outraged when Ten and Yang were asked about a scandal that had nothing to do with them. The two were promoting their new subunit song Lolo at the time and did an interview with the South China Morning Post as part of the promotions. Ten took the effort to reassure fans and lessen their worries by saying, "Fans don't need to be worried about us that much because we're working towards our goals and we're still wavy. Ten was then questioned by the journalist about his worries about upsetting fans. Ten shared that fans shouldn't be concerned since the members will work hard. He said, "It'd be nice if I can sort out all my worries by myself and they can see the good side of me. That's why I tell our fans not to worry because some stuff we have to figure out for ourselves." But then the two were asked about Lucas's scandal and their stances on it, and all I can say is that I can't believe the audacity. Ten was very professional and vague with their answer, saying that the group was working hard, but fans were mad that they were asked to address an issue that wasn't related to them in the first place. A fan wrote, "The rest of the members shouldn't be questioned about the situation. The ones who should be answering all of these questions are SM or Lucas himself." And that's honestly true. Viva behavior. NCT Dream out of all the groups had an attitude scandal twice, and it wasn't even that serious in the first place. Let me explain everything that went down first though. NCT Dream made a guest appearance on the Cult 2 show and it didn't go well for them. The members got into an attitude scandal due to their answers and their behavior on the broadcast. Netizens especially had a problem with Jaemin's quote-unquote insincerity and rudeness towards the host. Jaemin was asked about the song he listens to the most and he replied, "A song that I've listened to the most. That's the problem. The song I listen to the most is..." The viewers were bothered by the fact that he didn't give an actual answer to the question, and his continuous short answers to Lee Youngji's question on the show didn't make it any better. Their other scandal popped up when NCT Dream appeared on Day 6's Kiss the Radio, hosted by Day 6's Younghae. Netizens found an issue with Tenla and Mark reportedly fooling around with things not related to the broadcast, and when Younghae turned his head left and right to listen to the answers of the members, Mark could be seen imitating him. This was considered very immature by the viewers. But Jeno ended up apologizing for his bandmate, saying, "There were a lot of local broadcasts. I tried to stop them, and I'm sorry that I couldn't." After the broadcast, while the members and Younghae were taking a group picture together, as is common for shows like this, Younghae was seen bowing to the members, but the members, except one, didn't bow in return. This was seen as controversial since Younghae is their senior in the industry and their actions were considered disrespectful. NCT Dream's demeanor in the show was seen as highly unprofessional, and netizens had a field day on online forums criticizing them. A netizen said, "I've never seen anyone behave that way while they're working. Sure, chaotic energy is fun and adorable, but only when it's appropriate, like when they're filming their own content or V-Live." This backlash was definitely uncalled for since you can see that the members were only having fun and goofing around. It wouldn't be as interesting of an interview if they just stood in one place and answered Younghae's questions. As for the bowing, if you watch the full clip from the show, the members are actually seen bowing to Younghae when leaving. Another problem that netizens had with the members on the show also had a perfectly reasonable explanation once you get some context. One of the missions of the show was answering the host questions in the manner that is written inside the paper sheet they pulled. Jaemin pulled a paper that said to answer the questions in an informal manner, but since the original poster cut off that part, it just looked like Jaemin was talking informally to a senior. But as always, netizens were quick to jump at the chance to cancel them. Shaking things up. This is one of the biggest recent NCT scandals, and although it's not straight up an interview, it was a live broadcast where the members had to answer some questions. On December 14th, NCT held a live broadcast on YouTube to count down the release of the NCT 2021 album Universe. During the live stream, an emergency earthquake alert was issued that could be heard coinciding with an earthquake that had struck off the coast of Jeju Island. As reported by the Korea Herald, the earthquake had caused panic due to it being one of the strongest in recent South Korean history. But how was the earthquake related to the controversy? Well, when they heard the alarm sound, the members mistook the alert warning for a joke. So unfortunately, Mark, Do-young, and Johnny started to sing the NCT 127 song Earthquake, unaware that it was a real earthquake alarm. The three members soon quieted down when the others told them to stop joking around and ended up apologizing for their rash actions after the broadcast. They basically said that they were sorry for their rash behavior and would reflect on their actions in the future. These apologies just proved that this was a genuine mistake by the three members and that they didn't mean any malice with their actions. I mean, it's also an understandable mistake. If NCT 127 have a song titled Earthquake and an earthquake alarm goes off right before you're about to perform it, wouldn't you think that it was a cue for the performance? It's obvious that the whole ordeal was just a huge misunderstanding, and they apologized for it right away, so the scandal seemed blown out of proportion to cancel NCT. It's just sad at this point. Thank you for watching today's video, and see you next time. Bye!